Everyone say painting outdoors is amazing, but nobody tells you how awkward the first time actually feels. Today I'm trying my very first time plein painting, and I want to share the experience honestly, including the mistakes I made and some tips for beginners who want to try too. So let's get started. Hello, welcome back. It's V here. For a long time I wanted to try painting outdoors, but to be honest, I kept delaying it. Part of me felt like, oh, I'm not that ready yet, or another part of me just felt like, oh, I'm too lazy to do so today, or something like that. Painting at home is more comfortable because you have everything you need at home in your room. But today I decided just go for it anyway, even if it wasn't that perfect, but at least I try, right? So sometimes the best way to start something new is simply to stop overthinking and just do it, just go for it. When I packed my bag, I thought I need a lot of equipment, brushes, paint, extra tool, basically everything. But after walking for a while, riding a bike for a while, I realized my first mistake. My backpack was way too heavy. In reality, when you painting outdoor, you usually need much less equipment than you think, especially on the day like today that I show you right here. It was windy, it was very sunny, so setting up quickly was actually very important. One small tip, if you want to try plein painting, pack light. So you need just only essential stuff to save you energy for painting itself, not for carrying equipment. Also, don't forget practical things like wearing sunscreen and dressing properly because weather conditions can change quickly outside. Another thing that made me a little bit nervous was people walking by and watching me paint. At first, I felt quite uncomfortable. I kept thinking something in my head like, what if people judge my work or something like that? But after a while, I got used to it. I just kept painting, and sometimes I smile at people walking past, and many of them smile back. So by the end of the day, I actually felt like I received a lot of good energy from being out there and also from strangers, and that makes all the whole experience feel really positive. For the painting itself, I give myself around 30 minutes, including sketching. I believe that painting outdoor, the goal isn't about perfection, but usually to capture the mood of the scene. One thing I'm still practicing is drawing quickly while keeping the correct proportions and perspective. So outdoor painting is actually a nice exercise for that. Because the light is constantly changing, you can't spend too much time on small details. Instead, I try to focus on observing the big shapes of the subject first, and then capture the light and the shadow, as well as simplify the scene. In my condition today, the wind made things quite challenging, so working quickly was definitely helpful. Even though the painting isn't that so perfect, I was actually quite satisfied with the result. One interesting thing I noticed is how fast light and shadow change outdoor. 30 minutes might not feel very long when you paint at home, but outside it's actually long enough to see the light shift across the scene. And honestly, that part of what makes plein air painting so fascinating, right? You're not just painting a place, you are actually painting a moment in time. And here is the final result of mine. This was my very first plein air painting, and it is done in about 30 minutes. It's not that perfect, but it's completely okay for me. The most important thing is that the experience that I have learned today. After the first outdoor session, I realized a few important things. First, let go of perfectionism. Outdoor painting is not about making perfect artwork. It's just about practicing yourself, enjoy the nature, and enjoy the process. Secondly, pack lighter than you think. Carrying too much tools can quickly drain your energy before you even start painting. Thirdly, bring fewer colors and brushes. A limited setup actually helps you work faster and stay focused. And finally, learn to simplify what you see Instead of trying to capture every single details in front of you, just focus on the main shape, value, and the atmosphere of the scene. So overall, this experience was really enjoyable for me. At the beginning, I felt nervous, but at the end, I felt like I had crossed something off my personal challenge list. You know what I mean? And I definitely want to do it more painting in the future and see how much I can improve. If you have been thinking about trying it too, maybe this is your sign to just go out, enjoy yourself, and let's get started. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.